Good morning, YouTube. Today is a pretty special day, so I figured I would bring you along for the adventure. Today we are using the Grove and the Knuckleboom crane at the same job. I'll kind of show you the job and show you what we have to do today. The boys got to the job without me and they already started working. This is a proud dad moment right here. Very first part of this job, we are going to be cutting down this cherry tree right here. And then once the cherry tree is out of there, we're gonna pull the Knuckleboom out and back the Grove in. And then we're actually gonna be going after these box elder trees way over here. If the video editor is listening to this, cue to the Google Maps and you can measure how far away we're reaching for those trees. So Spencer's up here making quick work of this cherry tree. Quick little explanation of this job. So we're doing this job for Bryn, but this is the house that we're actually working at. There isn't very good access for a crane on this house. She's got a very tight driveway. There's an embankment on both sides. It's a very steep yard. So you cannot pull a crane in her driveway or in the yard. And then you've got this big maple tree that's blocking any kind of crane access. To complicate things even more, we've got a little gate here, very tight backyard, little screened in porch, another big maple tree. So here are the trees that we're actually gonna be cutting down. A couple pretty good size box elder trees. This one and this one. So there's a lot of obstacles here. We've got fences, the garage, all kinds of other little bushes, trees, plants. This is crazy, but we're gonna be putting the Grove 2 houses away and we're still gonna be able to reach these trees. And that's with partial counterweight. So I wanna say I measured and my farthest pick is gonna be at about 110 feet away. There really isn't room to bring the counterweight trailer in and add counterweight, so I'm really hoping that I can reach these with partial counterweight. We might just have to, take a couple smaller pieces. The only complications that we have back here is there is one wire, like a comm wire right here. So we just have to work around that. When I originally came to look at this, I thought I was gonna put the crane in this other neighbor's yard because this house is abandoned. But the problem is we'd have to use the abandoned house driveway and then this other house's backyard for the crane, and then it would still be kind of tight. It wasn't until I came back a second time I realized that I could put the Grove 2 houses down. And here's the best part. When I went to go talk to that neighbor about possibly putting the Grove in her yard, I had mentioned that, man, it would be nice if this little cherry tree was gone because it's kind of in the way. And she responded, oh, actually I want to cut that cherry tree down. So this is just a case of where everything worked out in my favor. We're gonna be cutting that tree down with the Knuckleboom crane, pull the Knuckleboom out, back the Grove in, and then we'll get started on these 2 box elders. So yeah, it's nice. We're gonna get both of those trees cut down and they don't even have to pull their cars out of the driveway. It doesn't get much more convenient than that. Spencer is doing a beautiful job up there. We've only got, looks like 1, 2, 3 cuts left and this tree will be done. Beautiful job.
Thank you.
All right, so we pulled the Knuckleboom out and we pretty much had to completely redo the plywood. Now we got our steel plates down and we will be backing the Grove straight in right here. Sometimes I feel like all we do is just move plywood around all day. Now it's 1 o'clock. It takes a little while to get everything set up perfect. And we made a huge mistake today. It is 72 degrees, beautiful sunny day, no wind, and we didn't even bring our scooter. But yeah, come check out this crane setup. This lawn is a little humped up right here, so we've had to put some shims down underneath this outrigger to make it level. And same thing back here. Got a few shims here to tilt this up. We've got our big steel plates. The box elder trees are 2 yards away, and they look like they're kind of close. Well, this first one is kind of close, but when I measured on Google Maps, it's about 110 feet away. So it's gonna be a little bit of a reach for partial counterweight. And then this time we'll be landing everything in the street, which will be way nicer than what we did when we cut down the first tree. So we're probably gonna take a quick lunch. That way we can just hammer down on these trees and get her done without stopping. I'm guessing about 3 hours of tree cutting, 240, 340, 440. I think we should probably be wrapped up with this project around 5 o'clock. Thanks for lunch, Zach. Big thanks to Habaneros for the best burritos in town. All right, we're ready to make our first cut here. The first cut is 88 feet away, and we are good for 8,500 pounds. And we think that this one's gonna weigh around 2,500. Here we go.
That's good. This piece is 2,700. Came off pretty smooth. I'll take it.
Not much of that tree left now, right? Just the trunk?
Oh, that whole top part.
I can't see. It looks like a bush. Now I can boom up.
Yep.
Just one more pick for that tree, huh?
Yeah, plus a stump pick, probably.
This only weighs 2,600, and we were good for like 11,000. Oh, beautiful job, boys. So it's kind of hard to tell from here, but all that's left is this little tiny piece of brush and the trunk piece, and we are still good for 7,200 pounds, and now we're at a 93-foot radius. Pretty cool. This first tree, we've only done 2 cuts so far, and this is going to be the 3rd cut. We will have taken out this first tree in 3 cuts, but this next piece is going to be probably big pick of the day because the next tree is farther away, so we're going to have to go a lot smaller. So yeah, we're good for 7,200 pounds here, and we're thinking that this piece could weigh, 4,000 to 5,000. Is that it?
Pause. You're gonna need to boom down and cable up.
Can I hold my line or no?
You can keep cabling up, but boom up as well. Cable up fast. And we're clear. You can boom up.
What was the weight on that?
47.
All right, that big trunk piece ended up being 4,700 pounds. It came off super smooth, and we're definitely happy that we went as big as we did. All right, on to tree number 2. I think we're gonna be farther than 110 feet away. So tree number 2, first cut. We are at 107 foot radius now, good for 4,800. And we've got this piece pre-tensioned to 2,000 pounds. Tree number 2, here we go. Cabling up, here we go. Nice. And this piece is coming in at 1,800 pounds. So a little update here, we picked that first branch off. Now we're kind of reaching towards the center of the tree. So we're not even reaching the farthest away yet. And we think we might have to reach another 15 feet away. And we are already at 116 foot radius. And we are boomed way down. There's not much farther that we can boom down. It's not gonna make a difference. So I think we're gonna end up pushing out to 170 foot of boom here to reach the backside of this tree, which I don't really do very often with only partial counterweight. Were you able to see if the branch on the left is farther away? I'm thinking about just pushing out to 170 and getting it over with.
Very slightly farther away.
I have a little setting on my computer where I can just calculate the radius and what boom sections I can, or what boom lengths I can operate at. So I put in 130 foot radius. I'm actually good for nothing with 170 foot of boom out. So instead of going out to 170, I decided to go to 156 foot of boom. At 156 foot of boom, 4.5 boom sections out, I'm still good for 2,000 pounds minus the ball and the cable, which is 1,000. So basically now with 156 foot of boom out, I will be good for 1,000 pounds at 130 feet away. So Spencer, at 130 foot radius, we can only pick up 1,000 pounds. Do you think you can make that work?
I think I can whip something up for you.
It's better than carrying it out by hand.
That's for sure. This is a horrible tree.
Too much pressure, huh? And we're good for 3,000 right here, and that's 1,100. 116 foot radius with the Grove. Looks like one more brush pick left, huh?
Hopefully.
All right, this will be the far away reach branch of the day. What's your guess, Spencer? 130?
I have no idea.
Well, when we're at 115, you said about 15 more feet. Okay, moving now. Okay, one up.
Yep. A little bit more. Right there. So, what are we good for here?
Okay, so this is a 128 foot radius, and we were good for 1,600.
Yeah, it's not bad. Let's just take this in 2.
Yep, take all the brushy top off first, and then we'll take a little piece of wood. That's gotta look crazy from the street.
Swing left just a little bit.
Oh, I knew it. Want me to cable down more?
I think this is fine.
All right, so we're at basically 128 foot radius, good for 1,600 pounds with 156 foot of main boom out. We still have a 93 foot tip height. It's pretty impressive. We're not gonna be able to go super huge, but it'll get it done. Are you staying cool out there, Spencer?
It's pretty comfy.
Pretty comfortable temperature.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little cold in here.
Horrible tree though, God.
Yep, just be happy that we don't have to do it the manual way. All the little plants and stuff that she has underneath it would be just Probably destroyed by the time we were done cutting that thing down, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want me to pre-tension it to? 1100. Okay, 127 foot radius. Put my first 500 on it. 1,100 pounds of pre-tension, and my lightest outrigger pressure is still at 10,000. Want me to cable up air or no? Yeah, cabling up?
Yeah, lift up a little bit.
Oh, that was beautiful, Spencer. It actually came towards the crane a little bit even, huh?
Yep. How much?
Textbook. Nice job. All right, that piece weighed in at 1,200 pounds, and right here we're good for 1,600. So we're at 85% capacity. The crane is rock solid though. My lightest outrigger pressure is still 10,000 pounds. Oh geez, I didn't see the branch that goes out even farther. Do we have to put slings on that?
We can pick it from about the same spot.
Okay. Pretty badass, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we're on the last brush pick here. Once again, we're at 125 foot radius. We are good for 2,000 pounds. And right now we're already pre-tensioned to 1,300. So with our pre-tension, we're at 78% capacity. Last brush pick.
That's cut. Just cable up a little bit.
Want me to cable up a hair?
Yep.
Okay, cabling up a little bit. Here we go. Get off.
Yep.
It looks like a big bush. I can't see anything.
Yeah, just hold it there.
So how many trunk picks do we have to do on this hog?
It's kind of a wide V, but I mean, it'd be really. I think we can do 2.
This is the joys of working in these really tight backyards. Every time we go to the crane, this is what we have to do. Two picks left.
Whoa.
And that piece is 2,500 pounds, and we're good for 3,200 right here. That's a chunk. The next piece is gonna be lighter than this, right? Nice sling job, nice cut. Ready for me to lift it? The baby piece. So all these little branches here are all the suckers that Spencer cut off with his handsaw. Well, I guess Zach cut a few as well. Tell him I said thank you. Well, I may have underestimated this one a little bit. It's 6:26 and we're still packing up. We got the trees cut down. Everything went pretty smooth, I would say. The plywood did its job. Their grass is pretty much the same way it was when we got here. It's got to be like 80 degrees right now, don't you think? 75?
Feels like it.
Yeah, and no wind at all. So I'm gonna head out of here and see if I can go home and catch a quick paramotor flight. I wish Spencer would be able to join me tonight. I've been telling him for years he's got to start taking lessons and come fly with me. Wouldn't that be the best ending to the day?
It'd be nice.
Let's
Picturesque.
let's make this happen. If you guys would like to see more of these videos, please like and subscribe, and we will be sure to make more. Have a good one. Now that's a sunset. Wow. Oh sh! Woohoo!